What's up, Crypto fam? Big Rob here. Today we are covering The Walking Dead Empires. This is going to be one of our new segments that we're running out every 2 weeks. I'm also joined here with Matt, one of our NFT, Web3, and play-to-earn gaming experts. Matt, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? My name's Matt. Most gamer handle usually by Matchu. But yeah, just been a gamer, and crypto space is mixing in with that, so it's kind of like perfect place for me.
So we're going to be doing this format every 2 weeks. We're going to be covering different projects. If there's a game you want us to cover or a play-to-earn game, Web3, make sure you put it down in the comments, and then we'll be going through all of the most popular games. Today we're covering The Walking Dead Empires. Now, this has not released yet, but last week we had a playable demo. So for 48 hours, you're able to go through and play the game. So we have some game capture from this. So we're going to talk it over. Also, we've put together some images and insight into Ember Entertainment, which is the studios that makes the Walking Dead game. Let's take a quick look here. We have the trailer here I'm going to pull up. So official trailer. If you're not familiar with The Walking Dead Empires, it is a game launching on the Gala universe. And if you're not familiar with Gala, Matt, are you a big Gala guy? I know you.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been trying to get into a lot of blockchain games. It's kind of where I want to be, but Gala has kind of the most variety. They have a huge amount of connections, a lot of different games that they're coming out with. Some of them I'm really interested in. That fit my play style, and I have a wide variety. So they have a lot coming out, and it's probably going to be getting a lot of attention soon. And so I can't wait to be part of all that.
Yeah, they got a lot of games. So you got Townstar. That was the first game that they had. That probably has the largest community right now. Also, Spider Tanks. I know you've talked a lot about Spider Tanks. That is when should we expect Spider Tanks?
Spider Tanks. I think their official release is going to be in October at some time. They're doing node sales right now, and working through all that. They posted some updates on their Medium about the token Silk that you'll be able to earn while you're playing the game Spider Tanks. I did a play test for it that was really fun, and they had a event called Mayhem, which was a kind of like a huge opportunity for the whole community to earn playing across multiple different games that they have, and Spider Tanks had a really great game going on. So
if you guys aren't familiar with Gala, it is an ERC20 token, pretty much only game focused. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Probably the biggest platform. I know Axie Infinity might have had more users or value locked up, at least in market cap at one point. But the differentiating factor between Axie Infinity and Gala is that they have a ecosystem. They have a portfolio of games, while Axie might be more or less just one game that has evolutions later on. Who is building Walking Dead? And it is called Ember Entertainment. And so for Ember Entertainment, we did a little research. We're not seeing much in the space outside of the iPhone and Samsung games. Taking a look here, I got Survival Z gameplay footage. This is their newest game, and the reason I wanted to discuss the Survival Z is because it is pretty comparable to the Walking Dead Empires game will look like. So same developers here. So taking a look, same feel here. This is obviously a little bit more cartoony, and then but you're building, you got zombies attacking. I would think this is more of like a alpha or a beta version of their game, maybe where they can try things out here and have a playable environment. And then what else? So anyways, I just want to pull that up. They do have a few other games. Their most popular game is called Empire Z. Now this has over 5 million downloads. It is a city defense kind of game. Kind of think of like those tower defense games, but you have a whole city with walls on the outside, zombies. So you see the theme here. They have a lot of zombie-based games, and so right up their alley for what they're trying to build. Obviously, it's going to be NFT based and incentive to make money as well. So play games and also make money. Let's take a look at some of the art we got. So this is some of the designed art that they have out. We're going to start off with the walkers. So this is what you would expect for some of the walkers that are zombies, if you're not familiar with Walking Dead, that you might find in the game. Do any of these stand out to you there, Matt?
I mean, well, there's Rick right there.
Yeah, we got Rick, but these are our first two walkers. So not your typical just like tore up shirt zombie. And so they're going to have a little bit more character. And then here's a still of Rick, the main character that they're known for. So what's your vibe on this game? Because this is the first picture that we're going to show here. Here you have an overhead shot of Michonne. Is it Michonne?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michonne. And this is what the game looks like. And so you have here a daytime environment. And then here you have a nighttime environment. So I wanted to point that out because you're going to have different times of day affecting the environment around you. So obviously fighting zombies at night, completely different than during the day. And here, once again, at night. And then this scenario is deep in a forest with fog. But something that really intrigues me is that your environments aren't just out in the woods and wilderness. Here you have deep in a city. What do you think this is gonna feel like when you're playing in a city? Because the playtest was more of a wooded area.
Yeah. The playtest was mostly like kind of like in a like a light foresty area with a few roads going through and stuff. There's gonna be a lot more that they add to the map, and I think being in cities is gonna be really cool. I was listening to AMA. And they were talking about that they might add something like sneaking around, you know, and that you'll have to be very quiet, and that sound is going to play a huge part and alert zombies. And I hope that's true, because in the playtest, these zombies were pretty easy to kill, you know?
Yeah, I noticed that. I didn't get as much time in on the game as you did, but it seemed like guns didn't have any significant difference. It's not like when you used the gun, all of a sudden more walkers popped up. So whether or not you used a shovel or a shotgun, it seemed to have had the same effect as far as noise. I think it's pretty safe to say that the weapon of choice, whether it's loud or quiet, will impact how the game plays out. And that's pretty fair to say, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then I noticed they had a lot of weapon skills in the with like the shotgun. You could throw a grenade in the air and shoot it. And there were small cooldowns for that. So they're definitely, I can see they're going to add so much stuff to that. It's going to be really, really cool.
Cool. Just to end out the slides, we do have some character designs here, or mock-ups. So some of these you might recognize. You got Daryl here, one of the fan favorites. And then, I'm not familiar with this guy. I stopped watching Walking Dead after like 5 seasons.
Yeah,
and
I did the same thing.
You also have, what's this guy called again?
I think that's Glenn.
Glenn, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then lastly, I got this character as well. So we'll take out. I'll send it over to you. I know you're going to talk about NFTs. What's this looking like? What's it?
So there's going to be a lot of different things. First of all, there's land. A lot of landowners are going to be able to have the ability to put different crafting stations and stuff. Now for crafting stations, this is just some of the NFTs here. There's character packs also, but for the crafting stations, if you have one and you don't have land, you can ask a landowner for permission to put your crafting station on there. There'll be certain fees associated with it. I'm sure that'll have to deal with the dead coin itself.
Dead coin, for those of you, that is the currency that's going to be in game outside of the Gala token. So
And then as you can see here, here's the Dead Claim Georgia. This is one of the lowest rarities of land you can get. These singular character here came from one of the character packs. There's going to be all sorts of different ones. You can get a character pack also and open that up.
So they're doing packs, like packs of cards, very similar to Apex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So instead of going out and purchasing individual NFTs, you can just buy NFT pack, and then usually you get one rare card per pack, and then two uncommons and like 5 commons. Generally, how those packs tend to work. I think that system will work very well in the NFT landscape. And, you know, we brought up a good point with land sales. Now, this is a little different than your metaverse. So when you say land sales, a lot of people immediately think of metaverse and, hey, not exactly that. This is basically a playable space where you can build your house, basically, or your defense, and then you get perks for owning the land. So, and then I also understand there's some integration with Vox as well.
Once you build your base, Vox is another project that Will Wright is doing, and he's creating the Voxverse. And there's 3 different series of Vox that are out right now. The third one being the Walking Dead Vox. If you have a Walking Dead Vox, the utility that it'll give you, not only from it where it's going to derive from towards its Voxverse, but in the game, I believe they mentioned that you'll be able to place it somewhere in your base, and that'll give you certain buffs or bonuses to the character you're playing with.
That's cool. So we're starting to see a lot more integration with Vox. If you are a Vox fan, this is definitely not going to disappoint. I would think that the biggest community is going to be in this kind of realm. Now, let's take a look here as well. Without further ado, we want to pull up the gameplay here. So here, this is the 48-hour trial.
Yeah, a lot of it here, you're kind of just... I was kind of just exploring, running around and everything. You could see the baseball bat broke right there. The items and weapons you use have a durability. You can see it on the bottom right. There's a small green circle around the weapon I'm using. And as you use it more, that'll go down and it'll break. You can craft all these things. It does take a lot of resource farming. You'll see in the video I'll be running around chopping down trees and stuff like that. So I do like that aspect of it because it's going to give you a reason to keep playing. You can't just sit there and use the same weapon and kill everything with that same weapon. You know, it's going to break. You're going to have to get more resources. It keeps you working.
So what's your overall take though? Because here, so you have 2 different kind of objectives here with the game. One is obviously you're going to be looting, building. And then 2, you have this combat environment where you're getting overrun with zombies. There are different scenarios that pop up where the 2 intermingle. For example, when you upgrade your base, see the little number 4 there? So that's the 4th upgrade. As you upgrade, you're going to get a bigger wave of zombies that come out.
Yeah.
Also, just to point out there, you had to level up on a character. So you saw level 7 there reached. And so you're going to earn attributes in the same way you would get attributes for, playing a RPG style game for just, killing people. You get more and more experience, which in turn is going to help your attack skills and defense and health and that nature. Now, here's my thing. It seemed a little slow as far as the play. Now, I understand this is the beginning, and this is kind of a play test. There's a lot more to come, but if I had to have a critique, it kind of gets slow to start. What do you think about that? Do you think that's just kind of the style of the game? That's how it's going to be?
To be honest, I think it's not necessarily a slow start because you want to build everything up, right? But like you said, there's a lot of features that just aren't there yet. Those features are going to come. There's PvP that's going to be introduced, so
Dude,
you're going to
I'm
have loot
so
fear.
glad you brought that up. Players interacting with one another. So if you've watched the show, you might know that one of the biggest hurdles that the main characters have aren't from the zombies themselves, but from the other humans that are running around. The non-zombie players and or in the show, and so they're gonna integrate that as well. So you're gonna have different factions. Is it called factions or basically different camps of
alliances. Yeah.
So you can have one alliance where me and Matt, for example, could be on one side playing with one another, and then we could run into another alliance. And so you're not fighting zombies in that situation, but you're fighting one another. Other things that I'm really looking forward to is all the different skins and characters that are going to be playable. So obviously with the NFT, you can get all of your favorite characters. So if you're a big Walking Dead fan, you're going to be able to play with Rick, Michonne. What's the guy with the baseball bat with the nails?
Oh, Negan.
Yeah,
That's probably a huge fan favorite there.
And then you're also going to have different NFTs for the same or different skins for the same character. So to go back to Negan, you're going to have good Negan and then like evil Negan. And if you watch the show, you know that he is kind of flipped his stance a couple times on being favorable to Rick and friends and then being against them as an enemy.
The community itself, everyone was really excited. In this playtest, clearly there wasn't PvP yet, but everyone was typing in the chat asking to help out and defend a base. That's actually what we're doing for that base up in the top left over there. But it was a lot of fun, and even a week after the playtest, people were still in the Discord asking when they can playtest it, if they missed it. There's a lot of new people you could see that are in there. So I imagine this brought a lot of attention to bring fans into the Discord, because you can tell there's a lot of new members. So yeah, looks like it's going to go really well. I'm excited to play the next playtest.
So as we mentioned earlier, this game is still in the production phase. So we're expecting a rollout sometime in 2023. There hasn't been any announcement yet on dates. Perhaps middle of the year next year. There is something to keep an eye out for, though. It is the fact that the Galaverse convention is going to be in San Diego at the end of the year. Was that December, right?
Yeah, in December.
So they did in the last Galaverse have a playable demo as well, and that's when the first playable demo for this game was tested. Was that the last Galaverse? So this one I would expect would be delivering there as well, and another playable one for the community. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the game. 5-star review from me, at least for where they're at in the roadmap. Missing a lot of features right now, but for a game that's in early development, to have a playable test like this speaks well for the project. So,
yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing the rest of it. Speaking of Galaverse, they've always done really big things for that, and it was a small mention a while back, so I don't know if I haven't heard an exact date for it, but I hope that it's still going to be in December in San Diego. That's what I last heard, and I'm definitely going to attend that, so it's going to be a lot of fun. They always do really, really big things. Most of the games usually have some kind of playtest for people to try things out or engage with. They reveal more on roadmaps. There's usually like a lot of NFT giveaways. It's worth every dollar for going, for sure.
Well, give us your thoughts down below in the chat. If you guys are gonna go to Galaverse, if you played The Walking Dead, what did you think? Give us your feedback, and we'll be covering all things Walking Dead Empires in the future. So check your notification bell so you don't miss anything. Thanks so much. Until next time.
Thanks, guys. See ya.